Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about teens dating. This is the third and last episode of this theme, and I'm going to talk about red flags. So, I'm Rita and today it's all about you. So this happened because your partner doesn't really appreciate or even like when you are with your friends or when you are doing other kind of activities that it's not with him or her. So this is something that it's a big red flag, and it's the first one because it's a really good sign of something it's not okay. So being jealous and possessive, it doesn't really mean that your partner loves you more or that your partner is expressing big feelings for you. No, this is even mean exactly the opposite. This means that your relationship is really being toxic, and this has to stop. So it's good that you can have a conversation about this issue with your partner, and it's good that you change and both of you can change this situation in order to have a much more healthy and a much more positive relationship. This is not a good example of a good relationship, and usually this is something that sooner or later will end in some kind of aggressiveness or even violence. So understand that these are things that it doesn't mean that love is around, because love it's not really having this kind of behavior. Love is much more honest, is open, and it doesn't really suffocate none of the parts that are involved in a relationship. So be aware of this kind of behavior and try to change it or even end it. Maybe you don't even notice, but are you sure that you are keeping the same habits and the same behaviors that you used to have? Do you really dress the same way? Do you behave the same way? Are you doing the same activities? Are you still doing your hobbies like before? So sometimes being in a relationship, it requires some kind of change in the behavior in general. But this doesn't mean that you have to stop doing the things that you love, that you stop behave the ways that you always did, and to stop seeing your friends or being with your family or with somebody that you really like. So this is something that it's important for you to really understand and to really see in yourself if you are changing in some kind of way, not because you want, but because it's kind of imposition, even if it's subtle and even if it's something that you don't really want to admit to yourself. But it's important that you can evaluate this kind of behavior of yourself and even the behavior of your partner. So don't really give up on doing the things that you like. Don't really engage in different kind of behaviors that you don't identify with, and understand that in a relationship the most important thing is your identity, and keep your individuality in order for you to be in a healthy and positive relationship. No means no, and this is really, really the most serious red flag in a relationship. If you feel that your relationship have any kind of aggressiveness, that you feel that it's really negative for you and even for your partner, if you have some kind of power over your partner, or you feel that your partner has some kind of negative power over you. If your partner has a kind of a temper that you need to really justify the behaviors to other people. If you have to apologize, or that you feel that you need to apologize to your partner all the time. All of these things usually are a sign of some kind of aggressiveness and some kind of violence, even if it's not a physical violence, some kind of psychological violence in your relationship. And this is something that it's not a good sign, and this is something that means that your relationship, it's not in a good way, and it's not running in a positive way. So you really need to understand that you need to change this kind of behaviors from both of you, and you need to eventually end this kind of relationship, or even change in a much more positive and healthy way. Maybe you need to slow down, you need to take things a little bit more slower, and you need to understand that both of you need to leave things before certain steps. So it's important that you do things together, that it can make you know each other better, because even if you know each other for a long time, it's always different when you are in a relationship. So it's important that you will have experiences together in order for you to understand what kind of relationship are you having. And it's important that you, both of you, do things by yourself and without the other. And this is important to not just because your own individuality, but also because it's important for you to know yourself when you are without your partner. So this is two things that are important in your relationship. Be aware that blind dates and these new app dates, can be a trap for you. Never be alone in this kind of dates. So if you have a blind date, you have to have a plan B. Maybe a friend, maybe somebody that knows exactly where you are and what you are doing, and somebody that can really help you if you feel that you are in dangerous. So try to not do things that can turn you into a dangerous situation, and understand that not everybody has good intentions. So understand that and it doesn't matter if you are a girl or a boy, understand that you can be in dangerous if you are alone and if nobody knows that you are in this kind of situations. So be aware and tell to somebody what you are doing, where you are going, and always try to be safe in this kind of experiences. Any kind of relationship must be ruled by the first most important thing, which is respect, and it's both ways. So the other person needs to respect you, and you need to respect the other person. For that, you need to have boundaries. So both of you in a relationship, you have to have boundaries or rules or places that you know that you don't want to go, even if it's with somebody safe like your partner. Being afraid of not being accepted, of not being cool, of not being easygoing, it doesn't really help you in any kind of way. not even your future relationship. So it's important that you understand that anybody that really cares for you and really likes you, loves you, and have other feelings, positive feelings for you, they always will accept you as you are. So understand that it's important that you are the first one to really show which kind of boundaries that you will have and until where you are willing to be with other person. This is another thing that I consider that it's very important, and most of the times it doesn't really happen this way. It's that you need to listen to yourself. So if it's something that in your gut says that something is not okay, if you have this feeling that something is wrong, you really have to listen. And if it's depending on the case, you need to talk about your feelings with your partner, and and these kind of feelings and this kind of things that you are experienced. And at the same time, if it's something that you are not sure about, talk to somebody that you trust, talk to an adult. Understand that this may be something that it can get really worse, and maybe it's time for you to end that relationship in order for you not to really be in the middle of some kind of experience that can be really dangerous and not so good for yourself. Find somebody that you really connect and that you have deep feelings. It's really, really great. And when you are a teenager, this is even better. You feel less alone, you feel that you have somebody that really understands you, and at the same time you discover amazing things about yourself and about others. But sometimes it's really difficult and hard to understand what is a healthy relationship and what is not. Even if you have a good role model in your life, even if you have good examples during your development as a person, we never know exactly what kind of relationships are we entered. So it's important that you understand and that you evaluate if these are some signs of some kind of toxic experience, or if these are things that can lead to that kind of negative relationship. And if you are in some kind of dangerous situation, any kind of dangerous situation, you have to call to your local police and get some help. Understand that most of the times you should not be ashamed, and this is something that you should not be feared, because lots of people get in some kind of dangerous without really notice, and it's important that you feel that you can be safe all the time. So call to get your help if you really need, and understand that you cannot handle most of the times things by yourself. So it's important that you don't feel that you can handle everything, and understand that these new experiences always bring new learning moments for everybody, even if you are an adult. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, share with a friend, comment if you want, and next time we'll be talking about some kind of controversial disorder. So see you then. Bye.